Hi guys, this is a quick overview of Nikon's 600mm AF-S F4 ED VRII lens. It comes in this massive box. It says CT607 on the box, and when you open it, lo and behold, the 600mm lens. I've had it for a few days and used it in the past a few times, and I'm just going to give you my impressions, how I felt, how the lens felt, speed, weight, operation. But for the full specs, please refer to Nikon's website. Okay, here's the lens itself without the box, plus the hood. It comes with this carbon fiber collapsible, very lightweight lens hood. If you're good at solving the Rubik's Cube, you'll be able to put it together. It's a bit tricky, but it's possible. And the lens, it used to be Nikon's big dog until the introduction of the 800mm in 2012. This is still a fairly popular lens for sports photographers, but I think maybe the main purpose of using this is wildlife photography. This is a bit too chunky and heavy for quick maneuverability when in sports photography, but I'm sure there are a few of you who do use it for sports action. It is pretty massive and heavy. The weight is just over 5 kilos. And the length is about 445mm, so don't even dream about using it without tripod or monopod. I tried and I failed. It is possible if there's a lot of sunshine and if you are incredibly strong, but for a long action, for a longer job, you definitely need to take a tripod or a monopod with you. The price of the lens is about £8,000. You can buy it a bit cheaper, you can buy it a bit for more, but this is about the average price in the beginning of 2013 here in the UK. I think in the United States you'll be able to purchase it significantly cheaper. Okay, I've taken the camera off the tripod and zoom in a little bit so you can see the lens from different angles. Here's the massive front. It has a great tripod collar with three screw positions, so you can adjust it accordingly to your needs, a bit further to the front or to the back, depending how heavy your camera is and other factors. Here you can see the functions. On top you have a choice of autofocus / manual, then manual autofocus and manual functions. You have an autofocus limiter. You can set it on full or from 10 meters to infinity. The VR mode is a bit of a mystery to me. It says normal and tripod, but I think very few people will use it on the normal mode. You basically have to use it holding the lens, and it's near impossible. It's so heavy. So it's a bit of a mystery why the normal function is on the VR mode. I used it on the tripod function, on tripods and monopods, and it worked extremely well. Memory recall and the sound switch on and off. Turn it over. Here is the VR on and off function, and just the description, the autofocus indicator and the description of the lens. There you can remove the filter. There you go, just have to press it a little bit firmly and replace it. I have used this lens on top of a 5-step ladder, and plus the monopod on top of the ladder, so the VR function came in just handy. The VR2 performs really brilliantly. I had sharp pictures 9 out of 10 times, which is very impressive. The subject was quite far away, and I still managed to get everything in autofocus. I was in the middle of a big crowd, pushed around. The ladder was knocked from left and right, and still the autofocus was functioning perfectly. So big credit to the VR2 function. Nikon has done a great job with it. The speed of the autofocus is excellent. I think it's comparable with the 400 and 500mm lens autofocus speed. I've used all three of these lenses, and I think the speed is impressive in all of them. The 600 won't disappoint you. In terms of sharpness, which is for me the most important thing with any lens, is pretty excellent. I'd give it probably 9 out of 10 for the sharpness. I think it's not just as sharp as the 400mm lens. The 400mm is probably the best. The 2.8 is the best out of the super telephoto lenses that Nikon offers, the 4, 5 and the 600, plus obviously the 800, but I don't have any experience with the 800mm yet. So I'd give it 9 out of 10 for the sharpness. For comparison, I will I'll put my 300mm next to this lens, so you can see how massive the 600 is. This is the 300mm 2.8 AF-S 2 lens. It's dwarfed by the 600mm. Obviously the weight is also significantly bigger on the 600mm. So this is a lens that I would highly recommend if you can afford it, or if you can convince your agency to buy it. This will perform really brilliantly for wildlife photography. For sports, I would prefer to use the 400 or 500mm if I can. With sports, you're usually closer to action anyway. You don't need a long lens like this, but you know, there may be situations when you do, and the lens will perform brilliantly. It's only your ability to train yourself and learn how to maneuver such a massive lens on a monopod or a tripod effectively. It is heavy, it is very long, and if you add the weight of the camera, if you add the D3, D3S or D4 or the 800 to this lens, obviously you add length and weight. So I think with practice it is possible to use the lens for sports action, but I would use that personally for wildlife photography and photographing sort of news events, which I did, that are pretty difficult to get close to. I hope this helps a little bit to give you an idea about this massive lens, and if you have any questions, please post your questions on YouTube, and I'll try to answer that. I haven't posted all the specifications. They are all readily available on Nikon's website, so you can look them up. But this is how the lens looks like. I'm not going to put my camera on it and do the autofocus test as on the other lens. In another video I did, it's just very difficult to maneuver effectively underneath this little camera. I'm using a Fuji F30, would you believe it? But you can see the lens itself, and hope this little brief information will help you decide whether to purchase this or any other telephoto lenses. Thanks for watching. Bye.